What is up, everybody? It's Casey here again. I've got a first look here at the Dell Latitude 5590 BTX that just came out. This is the first one I've received. Believe it or not, these are two different laptops right here. On the left-hand side, we have the older Dell 5580 from last year that I did a review on as well. On the right-hand side, I've got the Dell Latitude 5590. It's a bit hard to tell them apart, but I wanted y'all to see them side by side just to see that there is barely any changes at all. The logo on the 5590 is a bit thinner. It's been redesigned a little bit. Looks a little more modern, but still relatively the same. On the back, the ports are exactly the same. We still have HDMI, USB 3.0, your charging port, and your Ethernet port. And on the left hand here, you can see the 5580. Even the vent is almost exactly the same. It's very similar laptops here. Moving around to the left hand side of the laptop, you can see that the ports are again exactly the same. You got your smart card reader, you got your super speed or your SD card reader, your super speed USB port, and your USB-C port. As you can see on the 5580, it's exactly the same again. And on the right hand side, we've got your laptop cable lock port, your VGA port, another USB 3.0 port, and your SIM card port, and your headphone jack. Same exact thing on the Dell 5580. So if you're looking for any major design change, oh, sorry about that, I'm imaging a computer over here. If you're looking for any major design updates, the 5590 is not the way to go. Alright guys, so opening these laptops up, again, the 5580 is on the left, the 5590 is on the right. They're pretty much identical here as well. You can see that redesigned logo on the 5590. It's a little thinner again to match the back of the panel. Alright, so you can see that. That's basically the only difference. They both have the same exact touchpad, same exact center mouse piece. They both have backlit keyboards. Even the cameras on the screens are the exact same configuration. Looking at these two screens, I don't know if you all can tell, but the left hand, or the 5580, actually seems a little bit brighter. I don't know if that's just the color difference in the screens, or if the 5580 is actually brighter, but that's how it looks to me right now. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of this 5580 now that we're done with the comparison. Let's go ahead and focus on the 5590. So let's take a look at the specs here on this particular model. This one that we ordered from Dell has, let's see, it's got a 4-cell, 68-watt battery. It's got wireless AC. It's a non-touch 15.6-inch full HD IPS display. It has M.2 256 gigabytes solid-state hard drive. It's got 1 8GB RAM module, DDR4. It has integrated UHD graphics, 620, so that's Intel integrated graphics. And we also have the new 8th generation Core i5 processor. This particular model is the 8350U. It is quad core, has a 6 megabyte cache, and it's running at 1.7 gigahertz at 15 watts. So in that configuration, it'll cost you about $1,084.49, which is exactly why we did not buy Dell Latitudes this time around. I really just got this one for fun. As you can see, I've got an HP in the back. Much more bang for your buck there. Similar specs, runs about $800. So for price, I wouldn't say the Latitude is the best value for your money. I also wouldn't say the style is the best. But hey, if you're a Dell guy, then stick with Dell. Let's look at the inside. Alright guys, so I got this thing ready to take apart. One thing that I'll commend Dell on is that they still make it relatively easy to get inside their computers. I can't say so much for the HPs. Doing a battery replacement on the HP is a nightmare, as to where on this Dell 5590s, the same as it's been for the last couple of generations, you just undo all these screws all around, And on the 5570s and later, the screws actually won't come out of the plastic bottom here, so you can't lose them, which is awesome. As you can see, we got the 5590 logo there. Nothing special. I've already unscrewed everything to make it easy. But basically, you undo all the screws around there, around the laptop, and that center one, of course. And then you take like a screwdriver or something, and you kind of pry it up. It was pretty stiff on this one, so I made a little bit of a mark, but that's all right. It'll survive. All right, so let's take this thing out. See what's underneath. All right, so you can see your batteries on the right here. That's your 4-cell 68-watt battery. You've got your M.2 SSD on the left-hand side there. As you can see, you could also put in a regular style hard drive if you would want to, but you couldn't put both in at the same time, it doesn't look like. So your expansion options are a little limited there. You've got 2 RAM slots. That's your one 8GB DDR4 module, so you've got some expansion room there. You know, not much else to see underneath this thing. You got your speakers right here in the front. You know, doing a hard drive swap, battery swap, memory swap, super simple in this thing. Only take you a couple minutes and you'd be back up and running. If you have any more questions about that, the inside of this thing, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Alright guys, I got it all back together. So let me just do a quick power on so you can see how fast it is. It does boot up very quickly. Just a reminder, this is straight out of the box from Dell. I haven't put any of our software on there yet. Haven't modified it at all. Just went through the out-of-box experience, you know, got all the default user set up. So let's see how quickly it boots up here. Bam. So as you can see, that's pretty quick. Obviously, you know, if you put programs on there other than what comes out of the box, it'll slow down a little bit. But that M.2 256GB SSD with the Core i5 8th generation processor and 8GB of RAM, this thing will fly pretty good no matter what, I'm thinking. So that's pretty much it on the Dell 5590, guys. Notable things about this, although it is very similar to the 5580, it is a bit lighter. It's still got the soft touch plastic on the back, which I really like. You know, the design overall is pretty much unchanged. You know, so if you're in the market for a new Dell, if you're a Dell fan, go ahead and check this guy out. But I will advise that you should also check out the HP ProBook 450 G5s. They are great laptops as well, and you get a bit more bang for your buck. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below. Thanks, guys.